Okay guys, I got 7 reasons why it's a great idea to start a side business when you are already feeling busy with your day job and as a single mom or a busy mom or whatever you have else going on. And I realize that there are lots of pressures in life, but I'm going to give you 7 really great reasons as to why it's such a great idea to start a side business. So keep on listening. Okay guys, so last video I talked about should I start a network marketing business, and this video I really wanted to address why should I start a side business at all. Before I dive into today's topic, I really wanted to address maybe an elephant in the room, or at least something that I have been experiencing in the last little bit about this whole notion of being a single mom. And I mentioned in one of the last videos that I was sort of hesitant to come on here and make a channel that was called Side Gig Single Mom, to I'm like, really, do I have to say single? How do I feel about that? And what I concluded was, it's because I'm happy being single. It's because there's so much weight off my shoulders just with that idea of okay, this is my life and I get to build it any way that I want to build it. What happened was I went on YouTube to see okay, well, what are people saying about single moms and side gigging and side hustles and all that kind of stuff, and how can I sort of contribute to this whole niche, right? What do people want to hear? What can I teach people, and what should I be talking about? So here's what's really upsetting to me. I immediately found videos of why never date a single mom, okay? And just sad stories about my single mom journey, just not very positive things. There's a few people that came out, Emma Johnson. She talks about wealthy, I think it's called Wealthy Single Mom. I'll put a link below because I mentioned her. And I'm not going to call out any of these other, gosh, even a woman relationship coach or dating coach for men. She kept on saying in this video, here are some benefits of dating a single mom. In terms of a market advantage, you have a market advantage if you want to secure a single mom in a relationship. And that just got me going, because the way that I have been seeing my life is that I have choice. I have a beautiful, amazing daughter. I've got my life built. I want someone to come in and add value to my life. And so, my gosh, I did not want this video to be about the dating and the choosing and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like I'm first the same person I was before I had children and before I got married and and all that kind of stuff. But however, I am a much better person because of all the experiences that I went through. So, which to me means these guys that kind of come in and want to be a part of your life really actually have to step up their game, because I'm not just going to bring anyone into my child's life. I do have choices. I have a beautiful life that I've built. I am more empowered than ever in my lifetime. I am more conscious about my flaws, which means I'm more conscious about becoming a better person every single day. And I want whatever person that comes into my life to be in that same mindset as well. So, and to say that there are all these ooh, watch for red flags and the single mom, oh, come on, people. This is just driving me crazy. I didn't want to rant about this, but I was thinking about it in relation to today's topic about why start a business at all. And when I think about why a single mom who may already have a 9-to-5 but is looking for that extra edge, that extra cash, I'm going to start with this. And I have a whole bunch of reasons exactly why to start a side business for anybody listening to this YouTube channel. But I want to start with this. I want to start with, because we are smart, we are resilient, we are capable, we are determined, because we have these amazing little ones to take care of, and we are driven because we get to do this all by ourselves, or we are doing this all by ourselves. And it's just nice to have that second income, right? So, and not rely on just the 9-to-5, because we are essentially relying on ourselves. So statistically, or just maybe not statistically, but I would say my observation or what evidence would show is that if you have a really strong reason, if you have a really strong why, then you are going to succeed really well in whatever side business that you decide to do. I had a business coach say to me once, and this was when I was in transition. I was trying to get my business coach started back up again. I was going through whatever I was going through. And at times I wasn't sure how I was going to pay my bills because things were that tight. And he said to me, you're a single mom, you're going to figure it out. And he was a single dad, so he was coming from that perspective of you're a single mom, you're going to figure it out. And I think the same thing, if you decide to take the leap and start a side business for yourself, you're a single mom. You're gonna figure it out. If you really want this, you're gonna figure it out. And it doesn't mean that you have to leave your daytime 9 to 5. It could mean that it allows you to leave your daytime 9 to 5, but one day at a time, right? Like for now, it's gonna be extra money. It's gonna allow you to do the things that you wanna do. It's gonna allow you extra things for your children. It's gonna allow you to do fun things for yourself, for self-care, just to have fun and just, you know, find hobbies and all that stuff. So I'm really passionate about side gigging, making extra money on the side. And I'm, you know, and today in this video, I'll talk about why. Okay, everybody, here is today's topic. Finally, after that crazy long rant, why start a side business when I'm already busy with either my 9 to 5 as a busy single mom? Like, why start a side business? So I'm gonna dive into all of those amazing reasons why, or even necessary reasons why. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Reason number 1, why start a side business? Okay, so I want to say this. We are no longer our parents' generations. And here's what I mean by that. And maybe it's my parents' generations, depending on how old you are and you know, and depending on how old you are or who is listening to this video. But here's what I mean by that. I mean that now in the workforce, we are expected to work later in life. So instead of before, where we could probably retire around age, you know, mid 50s, definitely by 60, now society, the economy is expecting us to be working until like we're 70 or 75. So that's kind of crazy, right? So when you have a side business, it means that you could possibly leave your 9 to 5, you know, maybe when it's time to retire and just continue to have that income coming in, or it could actually earn you more money than a regular salary so that you can make your own choices and even possibly retire early or just have control over your time right now. And so like essentially your retirement could be your side gig, you know what I mean? Like you have more control over your time. You have, you know, you can just start having fun now and kind of get rid of your boss if your side gig takes off and you decide to do that, right? So really, it just gives you choices regarding your future so that you are not stuck in this cycle of having to work until you're 70 or 75 years old, okay? So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is because wages, and related to my reason number 1, is that we have to work longer, but reason number 2 is because wages don't actually, there haven't actually been increasing with the cost of living. So it's almost like we really need to figure out ways to bring in extra money. And also an added benefit to bringing in extra money is that you're not so resentful for your like probably secure, decent day job not giving you quite enough money to get ahead. It might be keeping you in a place of being able to pay your bills, or maybe it's keeping you in a place of barely being able to pay your bills. Starting a side business can give you that advantage of being able to earn extra money when you need it. So you can put energy in when you have the time to do it, and you'll see the returns in terms of the financial income side of it. Okay, but if you are worried about not having enough time to do a side business, I get it. So I created an ebook called How to Thrive on a 10-Hour Business Week. The link is going to be in the description below. Go and grab that. I swear it will help you organize your time so that you know that you are focusing on the right stuff. Okay, now back to today's topic. Okay, reason number 3 is that we are being crunched way more in our day jobs. So more and more, you know, employers are aiming to cut costs wherever they can. Well, then what happens is it gets offloaded onto the employees. So maybe they don't let people go. Maybe they do let people go, but maybe by attrition, people just keep leaving, and then the employers just keep on piling on extra work for the people that are remaining. So I don't know if you are feeling that. I know lots of people who certainly are, but if you are feeling like the crunch, it's like, what's going on here? Why is my day job like just getting busier and busier and busier? And, you know, and I'm not getting paid anymore for what I'm doing. Well, that's why, right? So when the economy is in a crunch, and even I would say over a longer term, it's not our parents' companies. Do you know what I mean? So we are these days expected to do a lot more with a lot less, meaning a lot more productivity in the workplace with a lot less time freedom, with a lot less less wages, less vacation, less breaks. And then, going back to my reason number one, we're expected to do this until we're like 70. And while we are expected to live until we are 100, I would argue that these day jobs can essentially hurt our health more than anything. So if you have, if you can start a side business, then what this does for you is it gives you options. So if your day job gets too crazy and you do need to take a leave, whether you're burnt out or whether you're just like, I'm done with this, you have this side business that you've already started and you could potentially kick up, right? So that's another reason to start a side business. Okay, reason number 4, the tax advantages. So I'm not an accountant, so please, definitely go talk to someone locally, someone that has a professional designation in accounting. I do not have that, so please go reach out, appropriate help. But I can tell you that when you have a side business, when you are receiving cash income revenue from your clients that hasn't been cut by the tax man already. So then you get to actually control how you manage that layer of money. If you want to go and read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, it explains these amazing things about cash quadrants and all that kind of stuff, but it really hammers home the different kinds of income that you can receive. And so when you are a business owner, you get a kind of income that is taxed differently. And if you work out of your own home, then you have all these tax advantages in terms of what you can write off and that kind of thing. And so that helps tax time and helps you get better returns at tax time. In Canada, we get taxed pretty heavy on our wages. We get taxed pretty heavy. It's quite significant than in the US, and I'm not sure about other parts of the world, but we do get taxed heavily. So to be able to have, to have a side gig income kind of coming in, especially if you're already making an okay wage, it may not kick you up to that other bracket where you're getting taxed more. So then the way that it works is that then more of that money becomes yours, right? There you go. Reason number 5, and I love this reason. I think it's my favorite reason to start a side business. Okay, I get it. You guys are busy. You're probably already working a 9 to 5 because that's who I'm essentially talking to. Maybe you're not 9 to 5, but maybe you're a full-time job and you're a shift worker and you're all that kind of stuff. I should definitely acknowledge the people that are doing shift work because it can be really tough. And so you may be asking yourself, well, why? How do I even have the energy or whatever? Why start a side business? I know that I need extra money. It would be great to have that extra $500 or $1,000 a month or $3,000 a month or whatever my side business would give me. But really, why? Okay. So here's what I want to say. It's a chance to express your passion for something that you love doing and to express your creativity for that thing. Okay. And this can be really energizing. And also, if you're a single mom listening to this video, like I am, I know that when my daughter is away, working on my business is a really great way to just occupy my time. And it's a really positive way to spend my time, okay? I absolutely love it. I get to be in creative mode. I feel like I'm contributing because I know when my daughter's away, I'm like, oh, my value, right? I kind of go to this place of how I feel needed by her, and I love being a mom so much. When I work on my business when she's not with me, it's kind of like my second baby, right? So I can express my passion and creativity on that thing and still have that sense of really just feeling like I'm contributing and being valued. And I'm not saying that you have to start a business in order to be valued and contribute and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm saying here at all, but it does definitely give me a sense of empowerment, a sense of I'm contributing, a sense of I'm doing something for myself. And so if you can find a side business that a topic, a product, an activity or whatever that you are really passionate about, then I would say 100% just make it into a business. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Let me know if that resonates with you, because I know for me, I've thought about, because I have a really great day job, I've thought about not doing my side business a few times, and I've taken breaks. But every time I take breaks, I'm like, this isn't good. I want to go do this. I have a passion for this thing. It's a part of me. It's what I want to do. And I keep on going back to this. And this is, so essentially, I love having a side business, and it's by choice. And it's by choice, yet it brings me like this extra cash that I can do like fun things with on the side, right? Or pay down whatever debts I've accumulated over my crunch time, or go on that extra trip when things open up, or enroll my child into any kind of lesson that she wants to do this year, right? So she gets to do extra things and have extra stuff, and it's just a lot of fun to have that side money coming in. Okay. Reason number 6, independence and empowerment. So you guys, I kind of ranted about this at the beginning of the video when I was realizing, and I have to say that I was so naive as I was going through all those YouTube videos about single mom and side gigging and all that kind of stuff, where the views of single moms were like so negative. I'm like, what? Like, I think I was in this like bubble of like not thinking that anybody viewed a single mom any different in the dating world. I mean, I knew there were differences because I know that there's certain complications and whatnot with like custody schedules and all that kind of stuff. But like seriously, like some of the stuff I was hearing was so negative. Okay, rant over. I've talked about that like enough. But reason number 6 is about independence and empowerment. We want independence and empowerment as single moms. We don't want to have to rely on anybody else. We don't want to be rescued by anyone else. So if we're feeling like we need to be rescued, then starting a side business on top of our already day job is a really great way to like rescue ourselves, to take control, to be empowered, to like start something that we are passionate about, that we can be creative about, that we can make money from, so that we have that extra income that is independent from your day job as well. So the other piece of that, or what I just sort of alluded to, is that you have your day job, it brings you a certain wage, there's a certain level of security in that, but then there isn't a certain level of security in that because your employer could decide that it shuts down tomorrow, that you no longer have a job tomorrow. If you have a side business, then you decide when that shuts down because you are the owner. Now, it may not be making you much money at the beginning, or it may get to a point where it's making you a ton of money, where it allows you to have that choice, or to not fear or feel like you have that job insecurity on that level, given whatever economic times is happening right now. It just gives you that independence and empowerment to be able to just create your own life. It's amazing. Okay, that was reason number 6. Reason number 7, I like reason number 7, and it's kind of why I'm here today. Reason number 7 is because it's easier than ever with social media. Like, and I think so my daughter's 7. I really wasn't on social media until after she was born. And it was almost like it was a bit of it kind of was a necessity. So I ran a really traditional business, I guess, starting around 2009, 2010, coming out of my MBA. And it was me going to networking events, dressed in suits, like, going to the same lunches, meeting the same people, talking over and over again about what my business was, and making, doing sales meetings in person, driving across the city. Like it took a lot of time, right? It works. It's fabulous. It's a really good way to build a business, but it also takes up a ton of time in order to do that. Now with social media, you can essentially build a business texting and direct messaging and posting social media images, just letting people know what you're about, asking for business through direct messages, through social media posts, through things like YouTube, things like your Pinterest poster, your vlog, your blog, like whatever it is that you're creating, LinkedIn. Like there's all these social media platforms that you can get connected on, connect with people, connect with other communities, tell people about your business, and voila, you have customers. So that is a really amazing thing. And what I will say is that when my daughter was sleeping here as a little tiny tot, I was able to build my business on social media. And then I was just kind of sold, because that was 5 years ago. So things have evolved. And I would even say, and honestly, if you saw my first video, my intro video of where I went to Best Buy to buy some gear to start this YouTube channel, I was just blown away by the technology out there that allows us to do this. So year after year, everything is getting easier to get online, create a side business. It's just making it easier for us. So you guys just get out there, start a side business, and just go for it. Just go for it.